On a personal level, how would you say your season's gone so far? Because you had a storming start, didn't you?
Yeah,
against QPR.
Yeah, we had a very good start against QPR. Obviously, the 7-1 win, I think, gave us a lot of confidence at the beginning of the season, which kind of embedded in, especially for myself, thinking, right, I think this year's going to be a really good year. You know, a 7-1 starts, fantastic. And then obviously, results we started to struggle from then on. Really, I don't know whether it gave us a bit of overconfidence, but then I think we started to struggle with results, and things we'd focused on pre-season had started to sort of not click as well as they had done.
You're drawing a lot of games.
Yes, I think
that's one thing I've noticed.
Yeah, definitely. I think again on a personal level, it's more. I think sometimes having confidence from the first whistle. I think we seem to be struggling from the off. It seems to take us sort of 30 to 40 minutes to get into the game and have belief in ourselves that we can and go out and beat the teams that we're playing against. So I don't think we're any different to any other team in our league. I think we're as good as, if not better than most teams in our league. So there's no reason why we can't have that confidence from the first whistle.
How did you get into football, AJ?
I've been into football since I was probably about 5 years old, in sort of infants junior school. I'd always around the lads more than I was the girls. I think instantly that was the sort of indicator for me that I was a bit of a tomboy, but loved football literally from the age of about 5 or 6.
Have you got brothers or sisters?
I've got two younger brothers. They kind of actually look towards me for football than they did the other way around, which is a bit unusual. But I've got two younger brothers. So
Was football in your household? Was was your parents or like?
My dad played sport, mainly basketball though. It wasn't really football. I don't really know what initially got me into it. Maybe just watching a bit of it on the telly. So I'm a keen Arsenal fan. So I think maybe that probably would be the first game I saw, which gave me the interest initially. So.
And who was your favourite Arsenal player when you were growing up?
I would probably say Dennis Bergkamp.
I thought you were going to say that.
It was about my era when he came along, and that was it then. But definitely Bergkamp, definitely.
Biggest influence to you while growing up in football? Who's been your biggest influence when it comes to football? I must
admit, once I got into it, probably wasn't at an early stage of sort of growing up. I'd probably say it's the middle of my teens once I was at Chatham, because of the level and standard that was there, being at the centre of excellence. I was looking at players like Farrell Williams, Katie Chapman, Danny Murphy. There's a few others.
Katie Chapman's at Arsenal, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
brilliant.
She's fantastic.
She's a very, very good player.
I came into sort of at Charlton being a centre midfielder, so she was quite keen. She was someone I looked up to, and she was very much a workhorse. Her work rate was immense, and I think even players around her looked to her as an influence, as well as the youngsters as well. So she was quite keen, and I got to know her quite well as well, because once I kind of got later in my Charlton career, I was playing for the reserves, etc., and training with the first team. So to actually play alongside her and see how she. Her attitude towards training and the effort she put in, it was no different to a game day. So massive influence.
Was there, when you were at school, was there a girls' team in your school?
There was, yes. Again, from a junior school level, we had a team. We were very successful actually as a junior school, and even at secondary school, we were very successful as well. We always in King Cup finals, and we drew the final several times. Never actually managed to win it, but we did, and it was. We had a very good PE teacher that was. Big on pushing the women's football. We didn't always have a good squad, but you'd already had 3 or 4 girls that played at a decent level, and you kind of had your mates you had to make up the numbers for, unfortunately. But we always did quite well, so I enjoyed it.
What position do you feel most comfortable playing?
I'm most comfortable, probably would say, on the wing or up front. That's my favourite position. Obviously, I've been playing at centre back this season, but I really enjoy that role. How the manager's got us playing, I actually probably see more of the ball playing at centre back than I did playing on the wing or up front anyway, which is really for me quite key. I enjoy having the ball at my feet and being able to either attack with it or bring other players into the game. So probably on the wing, to be honest.
If there's an area of your game that you would like to improve upon, what would that be?
Aspects to it. I think the only noticeable sort of thing for me, I think I need to improve on my heading. Probably I'm not a confident header of the ball. Obviously at centre back, it's not a great.
Well, you want to keep all your teeth.
Yeah, there is that definitely. But I say that aspect to it. But to be honest, it's not never been a massive issue. That I say, probably just keep improving and sort of developing my skills with the ball at my feet, dribbling with the ball, etc., and running at pace and being quite direct with the ball. I think I could be quite influential with the speed that I have got, being quite direct with the ball. So maybe work on that area as well.
What's your time in 100 metres? Have you timed yourself?
Not in a long time. I can't remember, to be honest with you. It's not since I've been at school that I've probably done that. But I've always it's not since I've been back at Gills really that I've noticed the difference with my speed, that I'm actually quite quick compared to quite a few other players. But yeah, it's getting the opportunity to use it, which is the only drawback. But no, it doesn't bother me.
How did Gillingham find you?
I was at Gills when I was 11, 12. I had two girls that I went to school with that were at Gillingham. I then met them. They were a year older than me. But I went along to train with them at that age. I was there for 2-3 years when I was a youngster, and then those girls decided to try and do trials for Cheltenham. So again, I went along with them, got in at Cheltenham, was there for 8 years until I was about 18, 19, then came back to Gills when I was sort of 20, 21ish, so I've been here for 4 or 5 years now. So this is, I think at the moment in the first team, I'm sort of the longest standing player in the team since the whole development of since Martin Andrews has come in, since he's come in, etc. I'm probably the longest standing player.
That's 5 years,
team.
isn't it?
It is, yeah. So really enjoyed that. I think I kind of, you know, to me, Gills is very important to me. The badge means a lot to me. It always has done, and I think it's important to have that. I think, you know, the team has changed so much, but to have that kind of core, you know, you've been there for quite a while. It helps bring the team together, etc. So I really enjoy it.
What would be your ultimate ambition in football?
I'd love to see the team as a whole, not necessarily in a personal, but I'd love to see the team as a whole in the Super League. I think it has the core attributes to get there. Obviously funding's a massive issue and a massive area that I think all women's teams struggle with, but to see the team in the Women's Super League would be, you know, a massive achievement.
Because I'm not just saying this, right, because the first game I saw, Gills, well, the Olympics inspired me to get into this. And I went to go and see you in the pre-season against Portsmouth. And I went up to go and see a few games up at Arsenal in the last sort of month or so. And I'm not just saying this, the standard ain't that much different.
No.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, no,
there are some great we were talking about Chapman, Steph Houghton, you know, there are some players that shine out.
Yeah, they do.
One on the wing, the right side, I've forgotten what her name is. Her name, Jordan
Nobbs.
That's the one. And I like the goalkeeper as well. But I'm not. I honestly think that there's a very thin line between, you know, between this league and the Super League.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very
the
thin.
National Prem kind of is like the sandwich between them. But I think that the only difference I can physically see is fitness, because obviously the girls get to train more often at that level, and they get paid to train as well, which is a big influence. You know, the constraints here on the girls that we have day jobs, people work shifts, etc. To get to training is quite difficult in itself, and having the opportunity to do your own work can be quite limited as well because of your job, etc. So I don't think there is much difference. I think fitness is one. And obviously, you have got to play at the Super League level. Technical ability is probably quite key, but they can look to play 1 or 2 touch football a lot quicker than what we do, etc. But other than that, no, I wouldn't say there is much difference. Well,
let me, before I was actually going to go into that as like a more sort of a bigger question. So while we're talking along these lines, let's go into this question. What needs to be done for this game to progress? And for it to catch on, and
I think the key is the obvious thing of funding, and also I think more media coverage. I think obviously it's good that the Women's Super League has had its place on ESPN, etc.
Is someone trying to put you off over there?
They are, yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, I think it's good that it's been on ESPN. I think it's got like a weekly reviews, etc. But it's not enough. I know obviously with the European Championships, it was on BBC 3, then it got put onto BBC 2 just because the England team got into the final. But I don't think that's good enough. It needs to be on terrestrial TV more frequently, and Sky I think can have a massive influence on that. I think that if there were more games actually on Sky Sports, it would have that interest, and I think that the Olympics did a world of good, but it needs to progress and continue.
Okay, right then. What does football do for you?
For me, it's a lovely distraction from work. Again, the social side of things, to be with the girls, are a fantastic bunch of girls. But yeah, for me, it's keeping fit. I love the team aspect to it. I'm very competitive, so for me, that's a big influence as well.
Okay, FTQ, quickly.
Yeah.
Favourite subject at school?
PE, easy.
Favourite city you've ever been to?
Favourite city, New York.
What do you prefer, Facebook or Twitter?
Oh, Facebook.
Favourite book?
Oh wow. My Sister's Keeper.
The lousiest job you've ever had?
Working in retail.
Listen, AJ, good luck against Lewis today, and thanks for braving the cold.
That's all right,
and coming out here, and good luck for the rest of the season and beyond.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.